Question for the pool guy, if you have a moment. Good morning. Some great articles on your website. Thanks. I'm about to replace the liner on a 20-year-old pool, 100,000 liter in ground. Warmer weather is coming and the snow in the pool is slowly melting. In addition, there must be a leak that happened during the winter because the residual water and snow level has gone down to about a quarter of what it should be, which I'm aware is not something you typically want. Wondering if you have any advice about whether I need to be thinking about reinforcing the pool walls with wood cross beams, i.e. to avoid wall movement or even worse, wall collapse. I'm inclined to think that the walls are probably pretty set in place and stable after all these years, and I don't want to make myself work for nothing. But it's not too hard to imagine 3 to 4 cross beams to provide a measure of support in the interim. Any advice would be most helpful. Follow up. I did inquire, it is steel wall, but give me your answer in both wood wall and steel wall scenarios.
Well, if this was a wood wall pool, plywood wall pool, which some of the very early vinyl liner pools were built, I would definitely say support it. If this pool is a 20-year-old pool and it's a steel wall, it's by design, it should be able to hold itself up when it has no water in it. So how it's built is the wall is put in, and when you dig the pool, you over dig it by about 2.5 to 3 feet, and you pour a concrete footer in there that holds it down. It's called the bond beam, and that locks the steel into the ground, and it also has bracing. So if this is the wall, this is the water side, this is the dirt side. At every seam, there's a brace that goes back like this with an adjustable. It adjusts it to make it so we can get the pool level or get it vertical, perfectly vertical. That goes back and into the concrete. So if you imagine a piece of steel holding the top of the wall, the pressure of the pool, of the dirt pushing on the pool wall, is transferred down to that footing. So most of the time, if the pool is built properly, that bracing is adequate enough to hold the pool steel from collapsing. There could, I suppose, be some examples where it wouldn't be enough, but I highly doubt it, as long as it was built properly and there was enough. If you had it built, maybe you could recall, I don't know if this was a pool you had built for yourself or you bought a home that had it, but if it's in the last 20 years and it was inspected and built with a building permit, likely it should support itself, unless for some strange reason this steel wall it was not strong enough or something. It was a low end or low quality steel or something, which that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I would imagine that it would support itself. If the walls are curved, if you see any bowing or movement in the walls themselves now that the water level is low, then I would definitely brace it. But if what you're looking at now, the walls appear straight, you should be fine.